Christina Ricci. If you want more pars, but you can't seem to stay in your posture at some point in your swing and it's creating mishits, let's identify the popular culprits that are forcing you to come out of your posture. You ready? Let's get to it. So what does coming out of your posture mean? All right, so here we are at setup. Coming out of your posture looks like this. Coming out of your posture at the top of your backswing into the downswing looks like this. Coming out of your posture on the downswing, swinging into yourself looks like this. So essentially you're losing your hip flexion. You're losing your forward bend. All right, so here's posture. You're losing this at some point in the swing. All right, and because the ball's down there, you're mishitting your shots, losing power. All right, so what are the popular reasons why? And the first thing to check are your ankles. Are your ankles tight? All right, are you able to rotate your ankles? All right, are they mobile? Can you rotate them? Do you have good shoes? All right, can you dorsiflex? This is important. This helps us to leverage the ground, dorsiflexion. All right, this is plantar flexion, this is dorsy. Dorsy is really, really important because it helps us to leverage the ground, critical. If you have a hard time doing this, say you can only move it to here, you're gonna have a hard time staying in your posture and leveraging the ground. So it's really important. Can you evert and invert? All right, so you can move into your downswing properly. If you can't move your foot inward, you're most likely gonna do this because you're trying to fight that because your body doesn't wanna do that, so you can move into your downswing. All right, so your ankles play a key role. All right, the other reason why you might be coming out of your posture because you're focused on your hips and not your butt, or maybe you're not focused on your hips at all. All right, so we need to first hip hinge. That's number one. All right, if we knee dive, if we get into our posture with the knees, there's no chance we're going to be able to stay in our posture. All right, I mean, you can stay in your posture, but you're not going to have any power. All right, so a knee diver just gets into the posture with the knees. That shuts off the core and the butt, and you're not able to rotate. You usually slide. All right, so you have to hip hinge. That is super important. Hip hinge and then just crack the knees. Make sure your back's in neutral. All right, then you're gonna be able to stay in your posture because then you're gonna be able to activate your core and your butt. All right, that's really important. So just make sure you're not knee diving. All right, and then are you stiff as a board? That's the other reason why you may be coming out of your posture. So I had a couple campers, men, upwards of 60, massive, like big muscles, tall. But when I tried to move them, we were working on his golf swing, I couldn't move them. They were like stiff as a board. I'm like, there's no way they can create any dynamic X factor, creating that separation with the upper body and the lower body. No chance. So that, that's why this swing comes into play, because the body's too stiff. All right, so if that sounds like you have to get massage. You have to get someone that focuses on fascia. You got to move that fascia in your body to create mobility with your muscles, because if your fascia is sticky, your muscles can't move, so you get stiff as a board. All right, so please get regular massages. Make sure you see a chiropractor, a CCEP specifically, because if your body's out of alignment, that's going to shut off muscles that you need in the golf swing, specifically your butt and your core. If those are shut off, you're toast. All right, it's going to be all upper body. So just take care of your body. If you're stiff as a board, you got to take care of it because you're going to get injured. All right, or you're just going to keep making bad golf swings. And if you keep making bad golf swings, you're going to get injured because, you're moving 70, 80, 90, upwards of 100 miles an hour with this golf club, and that's a lot of torque on your body. So if you're stiff as a board trying to swing, that's just not healthy. So please, please, please take care of your body. All right, the other reason why you might be losing your posture because you're too static at address. All right, you get it set up to your ball. And you still haven't hit. All right, it's just too static. All right, if you watch the pros, they're moving something, whatever that is. All right, and then they settle and go. All right, because we got to make this ball go, and it's just sitting here. So I think that players really struggle with getting that moving, and then they get static over the ball. They're not quite sure how to start the swing, so then they just stand here, and then they end up going finally, but they have way too many swing thoughts in their head. All right, so then you come out of your posture because your whole golf swing has lost its athleticism. All right, so my suggestion when you're over your ball is once you're set up, keep something moving, whether it's the club tapping, your feet tapping, all right, something, so you can create that dynamic movement, all right, because the golf ball is just sitting there, and that's a challenge for a lot of players. The other reason why you might be coming out of your posture is that you're too tight in your mid-back, right? If you're too tight in your mid-back and you're trying to make a big torso turn, but you can't, you're going to end up lifting and coming out of your posture. So if you're tight, you're going to try to make up for it at some point. All right, so if you're tight, just go ahead and get your hands to here. You don't have to go crazy high. My hands are crazy low. I mean, low here. This is 12. My hands are usually a 10 in my swing, and I'm super happy with that. My back is a little tight. It's not crazy tight. I could add more rotation if I wanted to, but I really like this position right here for me. Right? But players just try to get up here, and then they get out of their posture, and from there they're toast. All right, it's just a downswing compensation. You're most likely going to miss-hit the shot. So those are the popular reasons. The list could go on, but I don't want to make this tip too long, so that's it. Those are the ones that I'm going to talk about in this episode. All right, so if you need more help with your posture, come to camp. No buts about it, your game's in the tanker. What are you going to do? You're going to come to a More Pars camp, and you're going to let me help you. I'll help you get the butt move. Let's do this. And if you can't come to camp just yet, head to morepars.com and sign up for my virtual camp. Or download my app, morepars.tv. Tons of tips that you won't see anywhere else that are going to help you stay in your posture.